Twitch, and now YouTube. Hello. Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. Welcome. My name's Nathan Goheen. Hope you're having a great day so far and a fantastic weekend. As always, if you got any questions or comments, drop them in the chat. And let's get right into it. A quote that caught my eye this week is by Leo Tolstoy, the great writer. And he said, "True life is lived when tiny changes occur." True life is lived when tiny changes occur. And I had to read that a few times to try to wrap my head around it. And one of my first reactions was, forget about tiny changes. I want earth-shattering changes. That's when I'll know that I've lived my life, when I'm breaking ground and the world is noticing. But then I started to think a little bit longer about his quote, and I said, you know what? I think maybe he's onto something there. And what I think may be a necessary precursor to that is that you need to know who you are and what you're doing and what you want to do. And then once you've got that frame, then you make tiny changes. You know, when you're younger and have less experience, you may have less of an idea of who you are and what you want to do. And so you try out, things that come your way or things that looked interesting. Some of them may be drastically different from each other. But kind of once you start to figure out what you enjoy and what you want to do, what goal you have, whether it's a life goal or a musical goal or an artistic goal, once you've got that goal in your sights, then it's time to hone in on it. And you hone in on it by making little tweaks here and there. Maybe a tweak is, what would this painting look like if I used a different color here than I would normally use? Or how would this piece of music sound if I use a different instrument here than an instrument I would normally use? And I think that through these tweaks, through these methodical experimental tweaks, we just keep getting closer and closer to who we are and to what our essence is. And when we're making these little tiny tweaks, don't tweak too many things at once. And I think that that is something that happens in less experienced people, as they maybe try to tweak too many things and then they can't realize what it was originally that they liked. So just change a variable or two, see how it fits. If it fits, keep it, move on. If it doesn't fit, discard it. But I think those little tiny changes will get us to who we want to be, doing what we want to do. I hope that was helpful. Earlier today, I had a disagreement with someone, and it kind of affected me deeply, because I don't usually have disagreements with people, honestly. Or I do, but I'll keep it to myself. This was a face-to-face disagreement. And it ended more or less with the opposing party telling me that they were smarter than me. And that really made my blood boil. It really made my blood boil. And then I kind of, took a step back and thought about it. And I realized there are so many different ways to be smart. You could be smart at math. You could be smart at English. You could be smart at history. You could be smart at music. There's so many things that you could be smart at. But there's only a few ways that you can be nice. So I think it's important to remember to be nice. Because you can be really smart and you can have all of the information. But if you're not using that information in a way that helps out everyone else, in a way that helps out humanity, then what's the point of having that information? Whereas if you're just a nice person, you're going to be pleasant to everyone that you encounter, and you're going to help out humanity on a very broad level, because people will just have daily interactions with you and they'll feel a little bit better about themselves for having interacted with you. It makes me think about the great pianist, keyboardist, composer Herbie Hancock. And he would be talking about a musician. And he would say, on top of, but more, he'd say, this person is an amazing guitarist. They're an amazing composer. They're such a unique voice. We're so lucky to have them. And what makes it all click is that that person is an even nicer person than they are an amazing musician. So if you've got all the notes under your fingers and you show up to the gig unpleasant, it's not going to matter. No one is going to want to hear what you're playing. But if you show up to the gig in a good mood, smiling, happy to see everyone, happy to share music with the audience, and you've only got one true note to play, people are going to love that note. So when we're making our tiny changes to ourselves, me first and foremost, look at the man in the mirror and see if there's something to our attitude. See if there's something external of our art that could improve our art. Don't worry about the technique of how you're going to hold the bow. Worry about the technique of how you're going to connect to that person in the audience. I think that's a change that a lot of people, myself included, of course, we need to try to make. Hope that was cool. Hope that wasn't too preachy. Check out last week's video, subscribe, and check out the meditation music video that I'm putting up here. I'll put links here, something like that. Thanks for checking it out. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, fantastic rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a great one.